This problem is 1x squared plus 7x plus 1. For the quadratic equation above, find the following. A, does it open up or down? B, what is the vertex? C, is the vertex a maximum or a minimum? D, what are the x-intercepts? And E, what is the y-intercept? We will start with open up or down, and here's what you must know for opening up and down. You must know what A, B, and C are. Ax squared plus bx plus c is the general form of a quadratic expression. A is next to the x squared. You'll notice that A is a positive 1. And we use A to determine if it's up or down. Your graphs will look like this. If it opens up, it looks like that. If it opens down, it looks like this. This is up, this is down. And if it is up, that means A is a positive number. If it opens down, A is a negative number. If you look at A from our expression, it is positive 1. Therefore, this one opens up. There is your first answer. Up. That takes us to the second one, which is B. B is the vertex. The vertex is the following. If you look at these two graphs, this blue dot is a vertex. This blue dot is a vertex. Whether it opens up or down, it has a vertex. You must find the coordinates of that vertex for part B of this problem. The vertex is written as an xy point. X, comma, y, so that you can find it on a graph. The way you find the xy point is by first trying to find the x. To find the x value of that point, you must do the following. X equals negative b over 2a. Before you can do that, you must know what A, B, and C are. A equals, B equals, C equals. We've already found A. A is 1. Go back to the original equation and look and see what A, B, and C are. A is 1. We've already found that. B is 7. C is 1. So B and C are 7 and 1 respectively. You must use this formula to find the x value of the point that is the vertex. So x equals a negative b over 2a. B is 7, a is 1. That simplifies to negative 7 over 2. Which is a negative 3.5. That is your x value. We found negative 3.5, but we still don't know y. To find y, you must use what you just found and plug it back in to the function above. What you have is this. F of x equals x squared plus 7x plus 1. That comes from the top. And we have found negative 3.5 for x. So that means you're plugging in negative 3.5 everywhere you see an x in this expression. And that should be a plus sign right here, and then 1. In your calculator, you must find the quantity squared of negative 3.5. The app crashed during the course of the video creation, so we'll just pick up where we left off with the quadratic formula, which is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. And we plugged in a, b, and c, which we know is 1, 7, and 4. So that's negative 7 plus or minus the quantity squared of b squared, close the quantity, minus 4 times 1 times 1 over 2 times 1. So negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 49 minus 4 over 2. And we come out with negative 7 plus or minus the square root of 45. And all of this is over 2. When you reach this point, you have to do two problems. Your two problems you have to do are negative 7 plus the square root of 45 over 2. And the other one is negative 7 minus the square root of 45 over 2. On the first one, you will put in negative 7 plus the square root of 45 on your calculator and hit enter. When you hit enter and come up with a negative 0.2917960675, leave it in there and then hit divide by 2. And you will have a negative 0.15. You're rounding to two places. If you put in negative 7 plus the square root of 45 divided by 2 all on one line on your calculator, chances are you may not get the right answer because your calculator could do the order of operations. Therefore, hit enter after the square root of 45, then hit divide by 2, and you will get the answer that you see on the screen. On the bottom one, you type in negative 7 minus the square root of 45 and hit enter. Leave it in your calculator and divide by 2, and you will come up with a negative 6.85. You have now found where the graph is going to cross the x-axis, and you can put those in your answer sheet up here at the top. And of course, some of our answers have been taken out because the video crashed, so I will fill those in. Negative 3.5, I believe, was one of them, and the other was a negative 11.25. We found out that it was a minimum, and we just found the x-intercepts, in which they are negative 0.15 and negative 6.85. D is not a point. They are two different points, and you just have to put the x value for each. We now go to part E, which is the y-intercept. The y-intercept is illustrated over here. Let's say we have a graph that has an x, y coordinate plane, y and x, and our graph looks like this. A y-intercept is right here. It's where the graph crosses the y-axis. In every case where you're finding a y-intercept, x equals 0, because 0 is where you don't move left or right. You just stay there and then go to the y-intercept. That means that x must be 0. So from our function f of x equals x squared plus 7x plus 1, you must find the y-intercept, and you do so by plugging in a 0 for x. So 0 squared plus 7 times 0 plus 1, and then simplify. 0 plus 0 plus 1 is simply a 1. That represents the y-intercept for that graph. So we will put 1 in for our answer sheet over here. And we have found all of them. So we will review. For part A, in reviewing, does it open up or down? You must look at the A value. And the A value comes from right here, that which is next to the x squared. It is a positive 1. If your A is positive, it opens up. If it is negative, it opens down. That's why we have up in here for this answer. The vertex. The vertex is negative 3.5 and negative 11.25. We found that down here, I believe. The vertex is a point, x, y. And the formula for finding the x value of that xy point is x equals negative b over 2a. You must know what a, b, and c are. And it comes from ax squared plus bx plus c. You just take them out in order, including the signs. We have 1, 7, and 1. So a is 1, b is 7. And we plug those in here for b and a. b is 7. A is 1. 7 over 2 times 1, and there's a negative sign out to the left. That's a negative 7 over 2, which is a negative 3.5. To find the y value, you have to insert the negative 3.5 in for x, everywhere you see x in your expression. We did that here. And this is the point at which the video crashed and went back to this spot. So we can fill it in. This is 12.25. And then this is 7 times a negative 3.5, which is going to come out to be minus 24.5, and then plus 1. If you do that in order from left to right, you come up with a negative 11.25. That's how we get negative 3.5 for the x value and negative 11.25 for the y value. Again, that's an x, y point, and we just found the vertex. We put that up here in our answer list, and then moved on to the vertex being a maximum or a minimum. And let's see, that one was wiped out on our video, so we'll do that again. Your graph can either look like this or it can look like that. If A is a negative number, it will open down. If A is a positive number, it will open up, down, and up. Your vertex is here if it is opening down, and your vertex is here if it's opening up. Therefore, if your vertex is at the bottom of the graph like it is here, then it is a minimum. If it's at the top like it is up there, it is a maximum. In our example, we have an a value that is positive. Therefore, it opens up and we have a minimum value. And that's why we plugged it in here for our answer list. There. We had to find the x-intercepts, the spot at which the graph crosses the x-axis. And that spot was illustrated, I believe, here. Here is your expression, and we're using the quadratic formula to find the x-intercepts. To do that, you have to know what a, b, and c are. A is 1. B is 7. C is 1. And we plug those into these parts here of the quadratic formula, which you must memorize. And here they are plugged in. We simplified this part, that's 4. And this part is 49. So that's how we have 49 minus 4 under the square root sign, which comes out to be 45. When you get to this point in the problem, you have 2 problems to do. One with a positive sign, one with a minus sign. When you work these out, you have to put negative 7 plus square root of 45 into your calculator and hit enter. Then hit divide by 2. If you do so, you'll come up with a negative 0.15. Same process for the one below it, except you use a minus sign and come up with negative 6.85. We put those answers up here like this in our answer column. And then the last thing that we have to do is find the y-intercept. The y-intercept can be found by plugging in 0 into the function. And we did that over here. We put 0 everywhere there is an x in that function. 0 squared is 0. 7 times 0 is 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Or 0 plus 0 is 0. Plus 1 is 1. That is the y-intercept. That is the point at which, for example, this is a different graph than what we just did, where it crosses the y-axis. So we put that in over here as 1 in our answer.